Hi, this is Rony Mullick, and you are watching the Post Market Show. So today, uh, on back of yesterday, where we were expecting the markets to have finally bottomed out, but today something happened in the US. That is, from the title, downgrade. So if you remember, it was Fitch who downgraded the US credit rating. Last I think last week, yeah, and this time it was Moody's who downgraded credit ratings of most many of US mid-sized banks, and also have put some of the big banks on the scanner for a potential downgrade in the coming days. So that was definitely a negative news, and that has impacted the US markets and other markets as well. So just when we were expecting the markets to move up from here, we were looking at positive things. There is another blow to the bulls, I would say. And so let us look into the markets today. So definitely we can expect a gap down based on US markets, and US markets right now are trading in the red as expected. So let's get into the charts of Nifty and see what has happened today. But before that, let's start with Fin Nifty, because that is the expiry that we had today. So if you were trading Fin Nifty, we did talk about the levels in yesterday's show, and you can see that markets were very, very stable. And if you were a seller, an option seller, you must have made a good amount of money today, because the markets haven't moved anywhere as such today. So that was this was the levels. 20,067 is a resistance level. We talked about it. Markets opened around there, then it moved up slightly, again came down, and again there was a slow up move, is what I would say. Finally Fin Nifty ended at 20,087. So it was absolute consolidating day with slight bullishness, and that is exactly what we had expected for today, because we did talk about a consolidating day with a positive bias, and that is what has happened in Fin Nifty. So all looking good for option sellers, but option buyers did not get a momentum that they were expecting. Now coming back to Nifty, as you can see, opened with a gap up, and why did it take resistance? It took resistance at the trend line. Remember, we talked about this trend line in multiple videos. Even yesterday we talked about this trend line coming down all the way from 20th of July. So it's still being respected, and you can see markets took resistance, came down. It did break 19,566, but it did not break 19,523. Finally moved up and closed somewhere in the middle of 19,570. Nifty overall slightly down by 0.13 percentage, and Bank Nifty, it was up today. It was yesterday Bank Nifty was down, Nifty was up today. The opposite has happened. So Bank Nifty is today up. At one point of time, we did talk about 45,074 to be acting as a very, very important resistance. Markets did move up to that level around 45,096, and then resistance came in, and markets consolidated somewhere there. And we did talk about this, that once this level is broken, 45,074, and a market comes down and there's a pullback, we will buy on the pullback once the previous high is broken. So that did not happen. So Bank Nifty closed just below 45,000 levels, but it was bullish. The mid caps and small caps continue their upward rally. Another day, another all-time high, as usual in case of mid caps, and small caps are also up by 0.16 percentage. So this is the situation right now. Talking about sectoral indices, we have kind of a mixed bag today, because some of them are in the red, some of them are in the green. Talking about indices, it was PSU Bank Index, which is up 3.37 percentage up. So yesterday, remember, it was down. Today it was significantly up, and after 5 consecutive sessions of down move, finally it is up by 3.37 percentage. Definitely a very, very positive rate was that which moved the markets up, especially Bank Nifty got a lot of help from there. And I think this is because of the SBI results, which I think, yeah, it was the highest of this quarter among all companies which came up with the results. So maybe that could have added to the positive momentum. Apart from that, not many stocks are well in the green. We have IT just slightly above in the green. Nifty Pharma continue to do well. That is pretty interesting. And apart from that, stocks which fell the most we have Nifty Metals falling by 1.17%. That one is the weakest, and then Nifty Energy is also down by 0.35%, and rest of them are between 0 and 1%, so not that significant. FII activities show that FIIs have become net sellers once again today, selling for 711 crores, and DIIs have bought for 537 crores. Still, DIIs are on a buying spree, but it's always the figure is always slightly negative if you consider the combined FII DII activity. And index movers, it's slightly balanced today. We have ICICI Bank, Cipla, SBI Life, State Bank of India, Axis Bank, Hero MotoCorp on the positive side, keeping the Mufti up. And we have Reliance Industries, Mahindra and Mahindra, Adani Enterprise, and ITC, Airtel. So these are the stocks which dragged the Nifty down today. So Mahindra yesterday, after it shot up, today again it came down. So a profit booking most likely by people who were expecting the markets to move up. So that's there. Adani Enterprise interestingly fell by 3% today. Economic data, we only had the German inflation data to be coming out today. That came out at 6.2%, in line with expectation, and it is down from the previous month. So that is all right, I would say, nothing much. But tomorrow we have the Chinese inflation data coming out, and what else is there? Nothing else is there. But Thursday, we all know, one is India's RBI interest rate decision coming out at 10 a.m. in the morning, and then US inflation data coming out in the evening at 6 o'clock. These are the data to be watched out for. You can definitely watch out for these. Now coming to US markets, and let's see how the things are happening over there. It should be in the red. Yes, it is well in the red. US markets, after opening flat, it's coming down with a lot of strength. S&P 500 down by 1.09%, Dow Jones down by 1%, Nasdaq down by 1.62%. And what's scary is the last 3 days the markets were consolidating at this low of 15,250, but that is broken today. So expecting the markets to fall below 15,000. 14,930 is the support I'm watching out for. Nasdaq is definitely weak tomorrow. That means the IT stocks would be definitely weak tomorrow. Keep an eye out for those as well. Global markets should all be in the negative. Yes, they are. The UK markets, French market are both down by more than 0.5%. German markets are down by more than 1%. It's at 1.10%. And among Asian markets, it's only Japanese markets which are slightly up by 0.3%. The rest all are down, but not that significant. But Hong Kong markets are down by 1.8%. Just Chinese and Korean markets are down by 0.4 and 0.2% respectively. So that is the situation. Even Australian markets are falling as well, 0.67% down. So global markets had to go on a downward rally, and that is happening. VIX shooting up in US, 13.13% up. 17.8 is the level of VIX currently, and Indian market as well, VIX up for the second straight day, 2% up. 11.3, but it is still on the up move is what it is. And US oil, after taking resistance around 83 levels, are coming down today, 1.18% down. Let's look at gold prices. Gold prices are coming down and has taken support around 1925. Again, the target has been met on the downside. Let's hope that gold stabilizes somewhere around here and then it moves up from those levels. That would be interesting to see. Dollar index is shooting up and 0.52% up today, and this is the trend line we did talk about. So it looks like the trend line will be breached soon, and then expecting a new high in dollar index. That would be kind of scary for the equity markets, because dollar index and equity markets are inversely correlated, if you know. So that is there. Indian rupee is it is losing strength. It has weakened. Today at the weakest point it was at 82.9, I think. Yeah, 82.9, very close to 83. So that is not good for the Indian markets, and this has been happening for the last at least for the last few days. Yes, only one day it dipped slightly on 4th of August, but then it is on the up moves. Bad for the Indian markets. So coming to tomorrow's market, expiry is also there, right on the horizon, 10th of August, day after tomorrow. So Nifty, yesterday it was slightly neutral to bullish. Put call ratio was above 1, but now it is back below 1. 0.83 is the put call ratio for Nifty, indicating bearishness, and intraday only calls have been sold from 19,550 and above to, I mean, most calls have been under 19,550, 19,600, 19,650, and on an overall basis, 19,600 has the highest amount of call build-up. 19,500 still has the highest amount of put build-up, but these people selling puts might come into trouble tomorrow, looking at the markets, the US markets specifically. 45,000, a straddle has been built. So put call ratio improved slightly in Bank Nifty because it was bullish. It ended just below 45,000. People are mildly bullish and selling a lot of put options at 45,000 levels today. And overall, there's a straddle at 45,000, and call and put prices combined is coming around 385 points. So that is the range people are expecting. So 45, 400 on the upside, and 600 on the downside can be taken as a range for Bank Nifty as of now, looking at the option prices. So this is the situation. And coming to the price action levels, let's look at those. So tomorrow, definitely a gap down opening is on the cards, and 19,520 if it is breached, and it is likely to be breached. Next support comes around 19,432 and 19,334, I would say. Yeah, these are the levels to watch out for. So Nifty again on a downward trajectory, expected to, after the news. Bank Nifty, which was so bullish today, people were kind of bullish and sold a lot of put options today. Bank Nifty moved up, but let's see, because it was the banks which were hit in the US. So Bank Nifty is definitely going to be facing the heat, I would say. So around the supports, I'm looking at 45,775, 44,500, and in case the worst happens, the low which was formed on 3rd of August, that is 44,280 is the support to look out for. Upside, the chances are less, but 45,074 and 45,382, these are to be watched out for, and 45,654, that is like a distant dream for Bank Nifty right now. Not it's very, very less that markets will move up to that level given the situation in the US markets. And yeah, that is about it. So let's see where the US markets close today, and it is likely to close in the negative, but how much negative, that is the main question. So tomorrow I definitely expect a gap down opening, and there could be a further selling because people were bullish in Nifty and Bank Nifty both. A lot of puts being sold at 19,500, 600 levels. So those people will come into trouble, and that can drag the markets even down if those levels are breached. So expecting a slightly bearish day tomorrow. So that is all from my side. Thank you for watching, and have a very good night.